Hello and welcome to my channel. Have you ever wondered what Filipino men really think about us foreigners? Well, today you're going to meet some Filipino men that are working at different establishments and will give us their opinion. I chose to speak to these individuals because they're dealing with foreigners on a daily basis. We have a couple of guys that work at a local bank that are dealing with foreigners every day. A couple of guys from my favorite coffee shop at Ground Zero. They're certainly in a good position to give an opinion on foreigners. And then we got a couple of other individuals, one that works at a restaurant, and we got a young gentleman that is a young youth pastor that's also part of our Bible group that's always mingling with foreigners. So these are great people to ask. I'm also asking some of them what their opinion is on older men coming out here and dating younger Filipinos. I personally have always wondered how the Filipino men think about that. You know, do they hate the fact that we're coming out here taking their women, or do they think it's creepy? I mean, we're always getting opinions from people back in America or other parts of the world that have never been to the Philippines or experienced this culture, and they're quick to judge. Especially on these large age gap relationships. So I wondered, how do the people that actually live here and the Filipino men, what do they really think about it? So I hope you enjoy these little interviews, and I will give you my opinion at the end of this video. I'll come back and give you a summary of what's been said and give you what my opinion is on how I see other foreigners out here in the Philippines. I hope you enjoy today's video. Thank you for watching.
Hello.
And what are your names?
I am Christian.
Christian and...
My name is Wharton.
Okay. Well, thank you. I have a question. I'm asking
Yes, sir.
Filipino men what they really think about foreigners. Now, you probably have experience with foreigners being in the banking industry, so what are your true opinion about foreigners?
Foreigners, for me, in my own opinion, for all the Filipinos, I think foreigners are, they are the savior.
Jesus Christ is the Savior.
Yes. No.
The second coming is here.
Yeah. Actually, I have lots of friends like you, foreigners. They're so good.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
And
Any negative things about them generally?
No.
Do you find them?
Generally, I only only in TV. I only saw those foreigners that are not really good.
Okay.
But for me, based on my experience, I haven't met yet any bad foreigners.
Oh wow.
Yes.
I can't say that, but
I have lots of clients who are foreigners that.
oh, cool. And what about you?
Based on my experience, it's been a long time that I've been in the banking industry. To answer your question, Sir Jerry, that would really depend on how you guys met. Sometimes you met foreigners in a bar or somewhere else during travel.
Right.
There are a lot of experiences. I have also experienced meeting someone at the office. I can say that all foreigners are good. There are some foreigners that they act like they are natural here in our country.
Yeah.
They act like they own the place, or probably because they have a lot of money.
Right.
Yeah. So, but I am kind of person that I don't really judge them, especially if this person is you're not meeting them just once. You just have to give them a chance, and if you get to know them well, then outlook to them, or your what they call this, how you see them, will literally change after you knew them.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that would.
Do you find some of them can be quite arrogant and rude?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, yeah, I hear that a lot, and that's because sometimes they think they have a lot of money, and maybe they think that makes them elevated or something, or a little higher.
Yes, I think, sir, we cannot blame them. I think it's their way of. I mean, it's like their defense mechanism, because there are a lot of Filipinos also taking advantage
Right,
of
right,
foreigners. So
right.
I think they have this mindset that if you meet a Filipino, just be cautious about it,
Yes.
especially if you have the money.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think we cannot blame them also. But if you get to know them, then it could be fun.
Yeah, cool. Okay, one last question for
Sure.
both of you. And I get this a lot, and people are interested in this answer. How do you feel about the older foreign men that come out here and they end up dating the younger Philippine girls? Like you get an old man like me. Or in some
I don't
way.
think you're that old,
Oh,
sir.
thank you, but there's some. But do Philippine men approve of that, or do they find it a little bit creepy? Or honestly,
Yeah, for me,
Yeah.
I don't find it I don't find it creepy at all.
okay,
I think it's just natural. I think that kind of way of living goes back a long way. I think when Americans came here to our country,
Right.
like let's say 300 years ago,
As
500
the
years
saying
ago.
goes, age doesn't matter.
right,
Yes.
right. True love knows no
there's no
age.
boundaries.
No boundaries. And the only concern I have for that is as long as they respect the Filipina and her family.
Yes,
That's all.
I
That's all that
completely agree
matters.
with that.
Yeah.
Okay, any other comments, Christian?
I
Any other
have-
thoughts?
Yeah, I have.
None.
None.
I have. Relatives who got married also to Americans. Not
Okay.
only Americans, but some other
Alright.
gentlemen from other countries.
Okay, got it. So generally, you would say that most Philippine men don't have a problem with it.
For me, I don't see it as a problem.
Okay. Do you think some Filipino men do?
I think so. Because there's also a I think this is more than a minute now. I think when you find a Filipina with a foreigner, the misconception is that this young lady is trying to save her family from poverty or whatever it is. But in reality now, there are a lot of professionals also. I have few batch mates who are married to foreigners. Not only those from the hinterlands, sorry to say, but that's the most common before. But now professionals do marry foreigners.
Yeah. What is your opinion on foreigners or expats in your experience?
My personal experience to the foreigners, it's like, for me, I'm a Filipino. I'm little ashamed with you because I have like little English and not so speak in grammar, correct grammar about English. But for me, sometimes I'm feeling the foreigner is like slightly arrogant, and sometimes I see them that they will always talking with their different topics, different what they're saying. But I'm always listening, and also I'm very like for them because if they have like if they have if they want to something like doing like this, and they are like we have our Bible study, they are always listening to our like to my message about Bible. That's why I'm very great and blessed to know them more, and I like them. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you very much for the opinion.
Yes.
Hello, it's June, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and you work in Ground Zero,
Yeah,
so you're the perfect person to ask this question.
sure.
The question is, what do you think about foreigners? What's your opinion on foreigners?
Foreigners, sir, is good like you, sir.
Don't compare them with me.
All foreigners is good to come here in Ground Zero, sir.
Yeah.
To take a coffee and eat the foods.
Have you had any experience with foreigners that are not so nice?
Not so, yes, not so, sir.
Really? And last thing, what do Philippine men think about older foreign men that come taking their younger girls?
I don't know, sir.
No opinion?
No opinion, sir.
Okay, but generally you'll say that you have a good impression of foreigners?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, this is Serge who works in Ground Zero. Serge, tell me, what do you think about foreigners?
Same as people everywhere. You can meet some good foreigners, and sometimes we meet also those who complains a lot. You know what I mean? Sometimes they complain about some little things like I don't know, just some little stuff that they doesn't like maybe.
Yeah. And they can be very loud sometimes, right?
And yeah, sometimes very loud, but we can say that maybe it's just their natural attitude, or maybe that's like them, yeah.
But generally you would say your experience with foreigners is good?
Yeah, sometimes good, sometimes bad. Yeah, we face a lot of them every day.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we're only just doing our job, and we hope that they enjoy their day here, sitting in Philippines. Yeah.
Great. Well, Serge, thank you so much for answering the question.
Welcome, sir.
Hello, Clyde. My question to you is, what do you think about foreigners?
Foreigners here in Philippines, sir.
Yes.
I think they are good, but sometimes people, us, sir, Filipino, we always say foreigners here. We can say that we are proud because the Philippines is always having foreigners, and sometimes other people say bad things and good things. We don't always the same opinion to foreigners in the Philippines.
Have you had any bad experiences with foreigners, like with rudeness or arrogance or anything like that?
So far, sir, not yet.
That's good. And last thing, a lot of foreigners come out here that are quite old, and they end up dating younger Filipino girls. How do Philippine men feel about that?
For me, sir, it's no problem to me at all, because foreigners enjoying their I think they have already finished everything for to their country and come here in Philippines to chill, relax, vacation. And Filipina they are good caring to the foreigner. If I have a friend that he had a boyfriend that is a foreigner and older than her.
Yeah.
She always take good care of the foreigner, because for us Filipino, we are caring about the foreigners. We always do care about the foreigners here in the Philippines.
Well, great. I appreciate your time and answering the question. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So there you go. I think we got some really good answers to that question from some really good Filipino men that deal with foreigners on a daily basis. I feel like their answers were very honest, and I really appreciate them coming on the channel and talking to us. Let me say, I was a little surprised how nice they all were, and I don't think they were doing this just for the camera, because I talked to some people off camera as well and got the same opinions. But generally, I'm finding the Filipino men actually have a great respect for us foreigners. Not all of them, but it seems like a vast majority really kind of do look up to us. I think that we have a responsibility as visitors to their country to come here and, no matter our status in life, no matter how much money we've got, but to come out here and treat everybody equal, to treat the Filipino men and women with respect. And when we do that, they really hold us in high regard and really seem to like us and enjoy having us here. My personal opinion on what I see and observe out here from foreigners is generally, especially in this area of Dumaguete, I think there's some really good foreign guys here, and most of them are actually really respectful and nice, and I don't have any problems with. But there's always the odd one that comes along that makes us all look bad, where they can be very loud, very disrespectful. I've seen it many times, often like in a restaurant where they're just talking really bad to the waitress and talking down to them. And I often see them just talking down to Filipinas. Now again, this is the occasional one that comes along, but you get one bad foreigner that's loud, disrespectful, and it makes us all look bad. So let's all make an effort, especially when we're visitors in another country. Let's make an effort to be loving and respectful to the Filipino people when we're out here, and not come across like we're better than them just because we have more money or we're better educated. Let's respect them and treat them as equals, because that's what they are. We're all equal in this world under the eyes of God. So guys, I thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed these little interviews, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. God bless everybody.